Welcome back to our BCBA mock exam channel. Let me start with a question that almost every BCBA candidate asks at some point. Is the BCBA exam actually hard? And usually, when people ask that, what they really mean is, should I be worried? Is this something I might fail even if I study? But here's the problem. Just labeling the exam as hard doesn't actually help you prepare. So instead of just answering yes or no, what we're going to do in this video is break down why the exam feels challenging, and more importantly, why it is still completely passable. Because once you understand the difficulty correctly, you can actually turn that into a strategy. So think of this video as moving from difficulty to strategy, and then to passing. Let's start with what the exam actually looks like, because structure is a big part of why it feels difficult. As shown on this slide, the BCBA exam is a high-stakes certification exam, which means it is designed to verify entry-level professional competence, not just basic knowledge. It's 4 hours long, which already tells you this is a test of endurance, not just understanding. There are 185 multiple-choice questions, but only 175 are scored, and you don't know which 10 are unscored pre-test items. That means you have to treat every question seriously. The slide also shows the latest pass rates, 51% for first-time test takers and 23% for retakes. The key insight here is not just the number, but the pattern. Candidates who are well prepared and take it the first time tend to perform significantly better. So right away, we can see this exam is not about luck, it's about preparation and readiness. Now let's break down the first major reason the exam feels difficult, the scope. According to this slide, the exam covers 9 domains and 104 specific tasks from the task list. That's a huge amount of content. But here's the important way to think about it. You are not just studying isolated topics. You are building competence across an entire professional scope of practice. Each domain represents a major area of behavior analysis, and each task represents a specific competency expected of an entry-level BCBA. This is why many candidates feel overwhelmed. They try to study topic by topic, but the exam expects integration across domains. And the common trap, as the slide points out, is focusing too narrowly, studying small pieces without understanding the full structure. So the difficulty here is not randomness, it's breadth plus integration. Now let's shift from content difficulty to test day difficulty, because that's a different challenge. This slide highlights 3 main factors: time, question volume, and testing environment. First, time pressure. You have about 4 hours for 185 questions, which means roughly 1.3 minutes per question. That requires not just knowledge, but pacing and decision-making speed. Second, question volume. Answering 185 questions creates cognitive fatigue. Even if you understand the content, maintaining accuracy over that many items is difficult. Third, the testing environment. The exam is taken at a Pearson VUE test center with strict rules, limited breaks, and a high-pressure atmosphere. So the key takeaway here is that the exam is not only testing what you know, it's testing how well you can apply that knowledge under pressure over time. This is one of the most important conceptual slides. The BCBA exam is a criterion-referenced exam, not a norm-referenced or curved exam. Let's define that clearly. A criterion-referenced exam means your performance is measured against a fixed standard. That standard is determined using the modified on-off method, where experts decide what a minimally competent BCBA should be able to answer correctly. The slide also mentions statistical equating, which ensures that different versions of the exam are adjusted to have equivalent difficulty. So what does this mean for you? It means you are not competing against other candidates. Your success depends on whether you meet the standard. So yes, the exam is challenging, but it is also structured and fair because the rules are consistent. Now let's shift from difficulty to strategy. This slide explains why the exam is absolutely passable. First, there is a clear official blueprint, which means the exam is predictable in structure. It's not random. Second, the domains are weighted, which means some areas appear more frequently than others. The slide highlights 4 major domains: concepts and principles, behavior assessment, behavior change procedures, and ethical and professional issues. Together, these account for about 54% of all scored questions. That is a huge strategic advantage. Instead of studying everything equally, you can prioritize high-weight domains and increase your efficiency. The progression shown here, concepts to assessment to procedures, also reflects how knowledge builds. So the exam is hard, but it is also structured in a way that rewards strategic studying. So if we bring everything together, here is the real answer to the question. Is the BCBA exam hard? Yes, it is challenging. It covers a broad scope of knowledge. It requires integration across 9 domains and 104 tasks, and it is taken under time pressure in a high-stakes environment. But at the same time, it is absolutely passable. Because the exam follows a blueprint, uses a fixed standard, and rewards structured preparation. The solution is not to panic. It's to prepare systematically. Study by domain weight. Focus on exam-style thinking and practice applying concepts under realistic conditions. And if you want to do that, you can build that exact skill by practicing with full mock exams at www.bcbmockexam.com. Because passing this exam is not about memorizing more. It's about thinking the right way under exam conditions.